Carl.
What in the world is that? I mean, they've never seen anything like it. Hey, this is Jason with Denwerks. Got something really cool today. This is a 60 Ford F100 custom cab, and you'll notice that it's a short box, which is really, really cool. You see long boxes a lot, but you don't see these in short boxes at all. A friend of mine bought this in 2020 and was planning on going to refurb it and do stuff to it, and he just never got around to it. And now he's like, you know, I'm not going to do all the work that it needs, and he's just going to go ahead and turn it loose. So he asked me to help him sell it on Bring a Trailer here. I've actually sold a couple of cars for him on Bring a Trailer, and we've been friends for years, actually probably about 20 years, and kind of always dealt cars a little bit, just helping him sell other rigs too. So anyways, it's time to get this one down the road. And we're going to be selling it as a project truck, even though it doesn't look like a project, but it does have some needs, and I'll go through some of those during the auction. This is going to be on Bring a Trailer auctions, and it's going to be no reserve. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you can go down to the link and go to the auction. So again, it's no reserve. It's a great opportunity for someone who wants a cool little project truck. So anyways, let's just walk around it and talk about it a little bit. It was bought new at Mackenzie Ford up in the Portland area, and so it's always been a truck that's lived its life in Oregon. Another guy in the late 60s bought it, so the second owner, my friend got it from the second owner around 2020, and so it's just a cool piece, a lot of history. It was originally a 6-cylinder, and now it's got I heard it had a 312, but I think it's a 292. It was upgraded to a 292 automatic transmission, and it has they had Ford install AC in it as well, which is kind of cool. And so, but it's just a cool truck. I got my partner Stanley here. He's going to help us. You got anything you want to say? He's always helping us. He saw me out here, and I didn't get him right away to show him that I was going to be doing a video on the truck. So we'll just walk around. I'm just going to show you just body and paint, and we'll lift open the hood. We'll do some drive arounds and stuff. So you can see this one's got the chrome bumper and chrome grill, which is really cool on these trucks. Very cool emblem up on the nose, but you'll see a little bit of, you know, little scratches and stuff on the bumper, on the grill. This lower half is aluminum, and then this is metal with chrome, and it looks good. I'll go around this side. My shadow's kind of being weird. The paint and body is actually pretty nice. It's not perfect. It's been repainted before, but you'll see little chips. See here, you can see some of the original paint underneath the blue paint. Just little scratches and little things, just a couple little things on the hood. Right here. Little chips and scratches here. You can see just various little things. Oh, I was going to tell you why I'm calling it a project. The kingpins, if you jack this wheel up, you can shake it back and forth, so I really don't want to take it out on the road and drive it. But you can see it leans a little bit. You can see how it leans just a little bit. I don't know if this side has a little bit of lean too, but you can see that on this side. The kingpins, and then it definitely needs a little bit of carb work. It needs a good tune-up, and we did a compression on it, and they vary a little bit there, so I'll post that in the auction listing as well. But it definitely needs a really good tune-up, and it's probably got maybe relap the valves or something like that. But it would be a great conversion if you wanted to put like a Coyote or something else in it too, and just have a lot of fun. It'd be good bones for a resto mod or something like that. And then transmission seems to shift fine, and it definitely needs brake work, and it does blow a little bit of smoke. More so, I think it was out the passenger side exhaust why it's running, especially when it's cold. But it's a little blue. Even after it's warmed up, you'll see it smoking a little bit. But that's why I'm calling it a project. You're not going to fly in here and drive it home. You'll need to trailer it, especially because the kingpin's there. The battery goes dead. But all the lights are working on the exterior and stuff, which is good. The heater and everything works. The gas gauge works. Even the AC fan turns on. So there's a lot of positive things about it that make it a great project for somebody. And it's not all rusty. It doesn't have a bunch of rust bubbles and stuff all over it. There's a couple little here and there, but it's a really solid truck. So the tires were put on in 2018. They're Mastercraft 235 75 15s. I like the wider dish wheels with the factory hubcaps. See a little bit of paint cracking here, little scratches. One of the cab corners was replaced on it. I have a note about that. You'll see a couple little sags here. This had flag mirrors originally, the factory flag mirrors, but from the factory, I have the original order sheet on it. They had put these on from the factory. Actually, it had dual side mount mirrors. I think this is the ones that they put on it. And it was just ordered that way. Let's take a look up underneath here. Bottom of the door looks good. These are the original spot welds. You can see here. You'll see the original spot welds going along the bed here. You can see that. Let's take a look at the interior. This door, you gotta give it a good shut. A little chipping around here. You can see the seat. Kind of a baby blue in here. Actually, the headliner, it looks original to me. It's in really good shape. It's not all warped out. Looks good. And then the dome light works when you turn the switch. And I'll get Mrs. D out here, and we'll drive it around to do a video, but I'll show you all the stuff that works and what doesn't work. But the seat's in pretty good shape, except right here, you'll see some little splitting. You can see down here the carpet, it's just older. Actually, the guy that owned it, his son, went ahead and redid the interior for him a number of years ago. This is usable the way it is, but had it redone for his dad. The radio works in it as well, and they put two little speakers up there, right there, and here. Let's take a look at the door jamb. See, it looks really good in here. Take a look at the door. Weather stripping doesn't look too bad either. Take a look underneath here. Stanley's kind of digging it. He usually goes in and lays down after the first part of the video. Matching tires all the way around. Take a look at the roof. You can see the gutters are really nice, not bubbly. Oh, I know what I was gonna do. I was gonna roll the window. That works. Little tiny crack right there. The bed is really good, actually. They undercoated it at some point, and it's pretty heavy undercoating, but I don't see a spot where they were trying to cover up rust or anything. You can see the wheel wells. Original plates from 1960, actually, which is really cool. Definitely a lot of little chips and stuff going on here, but again, you'll see the original. These are the original spot welds going across here. You'll see them all the way up over the wheel well, and that's for these. The wheel well here. You can see that it just follows that, and that's factory. You see some little dings and stuff there. Original spot welds right there. Definitely little chips and stuff. You can see those spot welds right here. A little bit of waviness. When you look across it in general, you see a lot of little waves, a lot of little chips right here on the door. You see this door? This is the worst of everything. This door got creased and it has a little bit of rust right here, but there's probably a little bit right there too. Let's take a look under. You can see here some imperfections. This usually is rusted out too across the back, and it looks really good. Little crack here around the gasket, all the way around it. Let's take a look in here. So here's the AC unit. I remember my grandpa had like a 1960, 69 F100, and he had that big AC, and I thought that was the coolest thing. You'll see some little breakage. Glove box, VIN number. Across the dash looks nice. I just think this would make someone a nice little cruising truck. If I didn't have another truck of my own, I'd probably buy it and do a lot of stuff to it. Be kind of fun. Take a look at the door. I'll take a look underneath. Oh, the jams and oh, I did it again. I'm going to show you that this window rolls up and down. Again, a lot of little chips and little scratches and different things. Little dent right here and right here. Little paint flake right here. You can see it was repainted. Again, not rusty up underneath here, so for a project truck, this has a lot of pluses for sure. You could even get away, just drive it the way it is, you know, after you did some repairs this winter, maybe get the engine running better, get the brakes working. And it does have a lot of transmission leaks. You'll see in the auction, if you scroll down through all the pictures, you'll see my foot standing by the transmission leaks. It has a ton of transmission leaks, and so you're gonna have to service that as well. Let's take a look underneath the hood. That battery is from like 2017, I think. So it definitely needs a new battery. Here you can see the date. You know, if you get it on transport, if you want me to get a new battery for it, we can put that in it. So that way it will start, because that thing loses power pretty fast. But it will drive on and off a truck And you could drive it down the street a little bit, but you probably want to have them drop it off as close as you can to their house. Or you can come and pick it up in person. We can work something out and store it here as well. But you can see inside here is really nice. It looks really good. So we'll go ahead and do some little drive rounds and stuff like there. You can see it's got a 4-barrel carburetor on it. We'll do some little drive rounds and you can see it running and stuff while we're driving it around and stuff. So anyways, thanks for taking a peek, and we'll show you some more stuff. There's our faithful friend Stanley. He always wants to ride in a truck.
He's so upset.
So here we are, we're behind the 60 Ford. I'm not going very far on it because I've already talked about this in the video, but I just wanted to show you the, what's that? The fuel gauge works. The gen light, actually when it's off and then when you turn it on, it's red and then it goes off. You can see the temp gauge works. And then there's not an oil pressure per se like gauge, but no oil pressure or anything issue there. All the lights are working. At night I need to check on the dash. The wipers are working. And I think, that one didn't stop right. Oh, there we go. I think this here might be for the window washer squirters. I don't know if those work. You can hear the heater working, high and low, and then the choke is not hooked up here. And this probably is. Oh yeah, I can hear it. You can hear that for the defrost up and down. That radio works. This is an aftermarket air conditioning system, and it's actually a Ford piece that they put in it, and you can hear the fan turn on. So that's kind of cool. So I'm sure that all needs to be recharged and all that stuff. It's probably got leaks. The VIN number is right here. That's where they did that on these. And then I was also going to show you real fast, if you get the horn in the right spot, it does work. So we'll just drive it here. I wanted to show the odometer and everything. Stanley's right there. He's still waiting.
Hi,
He's
Ray.
waiting. He gets so mad when I take off.
I know, I feel bad leaving him. He looks sad.
Got Mrs. D right here. So we got speedometers working there. And I believe the odometer's working. I can see that 10th is moving there. But, you know, just like I was saying, you know, it's a good project truck for somebody. And just, you know, if you take it through this winter and go through the power steering, no. If you go through the mechanically through the brakes and everything, and just give it maybe a good tune-up, but might give it a fresh rebuild, or maybe you decide to put a whole another drivetrain in it. You know, we're selling it as a project on Bring a Trailer, so someone's going to get a really cool truck. These 60 Fords are really, really cool. So thanks for checking it out, and just wanted to show you some of the stuff. So at least behind the wheel. And Stanley's happy we're home. Thanks for taking a peek. Hey, I forgot I was gonna show you how to start it. Let's turn the key on and let you hear it run. But you had to have it in a neutral. You can't have it in park to start it, so you gotta put it in neutral. So you can see the gauges. Oil light went out immediately, and the gen light went out. You can hear it revving a little bit. The speedometer, everything does work. You can see it was cold too when I started it there. But we'll go ahead underneath the hood. It does miss a little bit, but overall, I think with just a little bit of work and stuff, you could have a pretty good motor here, right here. But anyways, hopefully that gives you a good look. Just wanted to show you it running. Also, I noticed too that the freeze plugs had a lot of corrosion around them in the center, so we're afraid that, you know, if you drove it around too much, they might start leaking, and you might want to replace those too. But anyways, it should be an awesome winter project for you. And thanks for taking a peek.